Hi, I'm Frank Thagard.
And I'm Robin Rains.
A pilot in television language is a proof of concept for a proposed TV show, a single episode that intends to give potential sponsors an idea of what the show will look like once it's in production.
What you're about to see is a pilot that we made late last year called Tuscaloosa Monorail. The idea behind Tuscaloosa Monorail is that every episode will feature a local musician who will play a few songs and talk with our host.
It's a simple concept, but one we think that's just right for a town with as much underexposed talent as Tuscaloosa.
We made this pilot in hopes that the show could become an ongoing series, and now that's happening. As we speak, new episodes of Tuscaloosa Monorail are in production.
Hooray! But the new episodes are going to look and feel a little different from the pilot. They're going to be a little looser, a little more fun, and they're going to be filmed at the Green Bar by Temerson Square instead of in a TV studio.
Look for new episodes of Tuscaloosa Monorail at this time on the station every 2 weeks. And if you're interested in being on or in sponsoring Tuscaloosa Monorail, give us a call at 205 or email us at tuscaloosamonorail@marvinvideo.com.
Thanks for your time and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. We're very glad that you can join us tonight because we're very excited to introduce our first guest tonight, Electric Moon, coming from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So sit down and get ready to have a good time. Let's go!
There's a fire rising to the south and there's rumors flying by word of mouth that the have-nots are gonna have to do without. So you better call mom and pop and tell them everything is gonna be okay. I can see terror running right out of your cheeks. Purchased an hour and gas 7 weeks. Yeah, you won. How long you can stall my release? But darling, these things take time, you'll see. Clock hands on the wall are applauding us all, and they're pointed at you, always at you. You are the star of the symphony hall, and it echoes with you, always at you. Oh, and they'll say, ah,
Tuscaloosa Monorail is brought to you by Eat My Beats, The Green Bar, and the Left Hand Soap Company. If you'd like to sponsor or appear on Tuscaloosa Monorail, call us at 205 or send us an email at tuscaloosamonorail@marvinvideo.com.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on tonight's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. Tonight, we have with us Electric Moon from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So we'd like to take some time, introduce them real quick. They'll go around real quick, and we'll start right on this side.
Hi, my name's Jake. I play guitar in Electric Moon.
My name is Stuart, and I play piano and also sing in Electric Moon.
My name is Michael, and I play drums and percussion in Electric Moon.
My name is Brian, and I play bass in Electric Moon.
Very good. Well, of course, we're very glad that you guys could make it out to us. Let's start with a couple of questions. Just real quick, you guys have a very interesting subject matter in all of your songs. Why don't you go into that? Like, why sing about what you sing about?
Well, I think that in a lot of our songs, we kind of tell little narratives, or not, which, I take that back. Little slices of life is a better way to talk about it. Because, like in Curse, for example, which is like a pretty heavily, like, story-driven type thing, it's written as that slice of life, that description, around a fictional character, and it's just kind of like a little window into something that's going on with him, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really tell a story from A to B, it's not like a little journey, but it does tell a story about, like, there is like a narrative progression in, like, what you learn about the character. Does that make sense? So, like, in Curse specifically, which is easy to talk about because it's a good example, it's written to be a letter that our protagonist has written to his mother, all right? And so it's treated like that literally, right? Like you have an opening salutation, that leads off the letter, and it just runs on like that, and every verse, is another sentence of his, correspondence.
Oh, that's a pretty, heavy subject matter. Do you think the audience at all misses out on that, or do you think they care?
They may not care. That is a very good point. They very well may not. Sometimes I don't, because I'm like, yeah, rock and roll time, jud, who cares about words and thoughts? But, yeah, I think that some people do. And that's who we're writing it for, Not everybody will. And not everybody, I think anytime an artist creates something, you're just kind of you're rolling the dice a little bit, like.
Absolutely. It's really got to speak to them, like any good art. You just never know.
So maybe it will, maybe it won't. I hope it does, but if it doesn't, maybe they'll find something else to appreciate about it.
So, you guys are now officially, as they would say, in the music biz. How does it feel?
I don't know how official our title of biz...
We sell things.
Yeah.
I guess that's a business.
Sure.
We're doing poorly in the music business.
That's how
Believe
we're doing.
we're in the red.
Yeah, not super well. But you know what? It's not about the money.
That's right. It is fun.
It's about not having any money.
That's right.
Which we've got down pat.
So buy a record.
Yes.
Exactly.
You buy
Specifically.
thousands of copies of our album. It is the only way we will not die.
I would love to, but this job doesn't pay anything. So
Right.
having a little trouble with that. So, then in that case, how is it? What are you doing in order to make it?
Make it.
Well,
Let me tell you, I got this. Hang on just a second. Make it. What does make it mean? This is something that, and I'm not holding this against you, but this is something that it irks me often about bands, because to a lot of people, making it is getting like a record contract, right? Well, I like to think in terms of like practical returns and these kind of things. So, you get a record deal, what does that allow you to do? Well, it's basically a loan that allows you to finance your record, make it, and sell it, right? All right. There are a million other ways to skin that cat. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, like, you need to think about the ends and not your means in those situations. Like, all right, what is our goal, right? To make awesome music and to, like, get it out to as many people as possible.
ideally, yes.
Yeah, try to be the best musicians we can be, and in a perfect world, have that be the way by which we eat, which
Do nothing but
Right.
make music.
because
Exactly.
that's the method by which we can be the best musicians. You know what I mean? If we were in a world where we can dedicate ourselves holistically to our art, then like we're gonna make better art. I mean, I think that's
Definitely.
Pretty
That's what Haydn said. He said he would never been able to do any of his stuff if he didn't have a patron.
right.
We want to be our own patrons.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. We want to be our own patrons. So it's not about having a million jets, or having a million jets that can drive cars like some kind of robot jet.
But it is about having jets with our name on the side of it.
All right, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
At least one jet to have your name on the
Yeah,
side of it.
one New York jet with his name, with our name.
The New York Jets.
on his body.
You would like to own the New York Jets?
Yes, I want to own the New York Jets.
Easily.
That's the purpose of being in a band.
Get rid of Mark Sanchez.
Get rid of Mark. Does anyone in the local area impress you?
Yeah,
Definitely,
sure.
man. Yeah, I think Tuscaloosa is like very fertile ground, growing up strong, healthy crops of harvestable musicians.
Absolutely. With a lot of A and B vitamins in music.
This is the dumbest analogy in the history of mankind. I was trying to come up with something worse, but I mean, like, I don't know if I can. All right.
We
and-
like to think of ourselves as the scarecrows in that garden.
Right. So one day, the veritable scythe of the corporate music industry can come shear away the bands that make the cut, severing them from their nurturing home.
That's
leaving
right.
them to rot, uneaten.
And the ones that don't make it won't make it, and the ones that do, and then we'll be assembled in a music assembly, and then
Yes.
we'll be ingested by people.
Yeah, or pig people.
Okay, all right, but I think, hopefully we'll be making it to human people's plates, and then eventually we'll get pooped out. We won't talk about that.
No, in terms of other bands specifically, I think that Handbaby and the Siege are absolutely incredible. He's a crop I'd harvest. I'll tell you that. No, Ham he's a super cool dude. He's got a fantastic band, man. He's an incredible guitar player.
That's
and,
right. We're big fans of Bach Guai too,
Yeah,
obviously.
Bach
Everybody
Guai is
loves them.
super cool. We're proud to share the magazine with it. We actually
That's right.
It's recent. Yeah, Tuscaloosa Magazine does like a best of Tuscaloosa issue every year, and the three bands that were the best of Tuscaloosa, Handbagby and the Siege actually won, and Bach Guai and Electric Moon were the runners up. So we are like incredibly proud to share something like that with those guys because they're fabulous musicians. I think that to be considered a peer of those guys is a huge compliment.
Absolutely a big honor.
Awesome.
Yes.
They are super cool. I'm also a big fan of Mouse Teeth, man. I like Mouse Teeth a lot. They're a super fun band around here.
Very danceable.
Yeah, dude,
A whole
super.
lot of
It's just-
partying in that
just having a
band.
blast. I really like.
Any of David Allen's projects, like the Piss Shivers and stuff.
Right? Yeah, those issues are awesome. Super cool.
Can we say piss?
Yeah.
Can we say piss?
Can you say it more?
The original Shake Charmers, are a pretty awesome band. Piss, piss, piss.
All right, folks. Well, the next two songs we're going to leave you with are going to be called "Oh Goddess" and "In London Fog."
Fly between the sun and sky, and if you care to try, we'll satellite the field tonight. We'll light our way, we'll make our presence known. We'll send the minds all running on. In between rock and stream and in rusty dream. Hey, and everything with you, we'll drag the sun back to its proper place. We'll track to its fiery face. Should think that I could leave you, darling, dear. Open up your heart and blend this sea. Into the neck and stay between us, drop by me. And say the word and understand. Be my guidance, and I'll be your man. Play illusionary free, illusionary spray. Ourselves a climb and return to stormy ground. If ever you should think that I could leave you, darling, dear, open up your heart and blend it. There's something that can stand between us, cross by me. And yeah, say the word and don't understand. Be my guidance and I'll be your man. he? With a dog and a rebar fog around, yeah, yeah, yeah. But he could hear the sound, he could see, yeah. Cut off the waistcoat's blue as the sea. Light in her eyes was a fight, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the cut of his blade, it was cruel as could be, yeah, yeah. Oh, what sight doesn't see, yeah. Oh, you can't see a bit now. Oh, how bright it could be, yeah. Listen, my darling, take heed, for these the last words you'll hear now. No one gives Jesus this earthly decree, yeah, yeah. Oh, what sight doesn't see. Oh, you can't see a bit now. Oh, how bright it could be.
Alrighty, folks, it looks like we're out of time for this week's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we'd also like to give a big thanks to our guests, Electric Moon.
Well, that was fun. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. Look for new episodes at this time on this station every 2 weeks.
And remember, if you're a musician that wants to be on the show, or if you're a business that wants to sponsor Tuscaloosa Monorail, just give us a call at 205 or email us at tuscaloosamonorail@marvinvideo.com.
Good night, everybody. Say, good night, Robin.
Good night, Robin.